after this session, you are going to feel as light as a cloud. Today we're working the lower body, specifically working with the lower back and working with the legs, relieving any kind of tension or pain that comes along with that. We're going to be doing Thai style, which means we're going to be doing a lot of stretching and compressions, and we're using our body weight to use all of the pressure here and to really move her body. So as you can see, I just did a rocking motion where I was really rocking back and forth with my entire body, and I'm moving into these nice compressions on her feet. When we're doing compressions, you can really use a good amount of pressure. You really can sink your whole body into each hand as you kind of walk up the legs. It's going to feel really good. You just want to make sure your focus isn't onto like her shin bone in particular. I'm really making sure that her legs are spread out so I can work more of the calf and the muscle there, just the tissue. When I'm rotating her knees like this, I'm being very, very gentle. A lot of the times people have sensitive knees. Sometimes they don't, but I always proceed with caution when I'm working with the knees in that way, just in case. I'm going to move up to the thighs, and I'm going to work all the way up to her hip. This can be an extremely sensitive area. I just want you to proceed with caution and make sure your partner is good with this. The hips hold a lot of trauma. If you've never gotten work done in this area before, it can be a little bit startling, so that's why I say just proceed with caution. Kind of check in with them, make sure they're good. I've had a lot of people cry on my table and just really open up and express their emotions because they've never had that area touched before, and your body holds emotion, your body holds trauma, so that's why I say that. I'm working my way up the arms here and doing a gentle stroke all the way back down to get me to the ankles. I use these energy sweeps as transitions between different moves, different parts of the body. It really is just a very fast way to get from point A to point B without breaking that contact. When you're massaging, you really don't want to break contact as long as possible. You really just want to make sure that everything is smooth and connected, basically. So we're going to be taking her foot here and pressing it against my stomach. And as you can see, I'm kind of in a stance where my leg is up and it's bent and the other knee is kind of supporting me, but really driving most of the pressure here. You cannot see it in this clip because her leg is covering it, but my hand on my right side is actually pressing on her left leg. So it's kind of confusing for sitting here, but it's the leg that's straightened. I'm pressing down on it to really hold it stable and hold it flat to the bed. It's going to give this a deeper stretch, and it just feels amazing. When we do this crossbody stretch like this, I kind of do like to do these compressions that you see with my hand here, just to really get the side of her leg worked out and massaged. And we're going to bring this back to center. And I'm actually going to change my position to a seated one here. And we're going to start to work the hamstrings. We just relieved the lower back with those stretches, but a lot of the times the hamstrings can actually be extremely tight, and this will cause you low back pain without you even knowing it. So I'm really taking my hands, pulling on her foot, giving that counter pressure, and I'm taking my foot and pressing into her hamstrings. This is honestly such a relaxing move, but you want to make sure she's fully relaxed for it. She's not helping you in any way or pressing against you. And then I'm really just going to let her knee fall to the side, and I'm taking my other leg and kind of letting it rest against my foot. So she's not like holding her leg in any way, it's completely relaxed. And I'm going to be doing those same motions just on an angle, really working those compressions into the hamstring and allowing it to fully relax. This next move here is one of my favorites. I'm actually going to move my body right under her leg here, and I'm going to start using my elbow to start releasing her inner thigh. Notice how I'm not using my elbow in a really pointed sense. I'm really using my forearm and it's more open. You want to make sure you're using a gentle rhythm here. So I'm not looking for like pointed, super hard pressure here. It's going to feel really uncomfortable. I'm really looking for that broad pressure that's going to allow the whole thigh to relax without hurting it in any way. This is the perfect position to start working the calves as well. I'm just doing some gentle compressions here on one side, and then I actually rotated my hand to the other side so I can kind of get full coverage on the entire lower half of the leg here. And again, just kind of using my body weight as I press into this, and I'm actually going to work my way down to the ankle and the foot. You can do these compressions over the ankle as well. They're going to feel fantastic. I'm actually going to do some stretching towards the foot. I'm really just pushing into the top of the foot, and it's going to give a really good stretch up the calf, and then bringing that back down. I'm doing a little bit of movement just to warm up the foot there, and I'm actually going to go in with my elbow and do some very slow compressions up the arch of her foot. If this is sensitive for them at all, use more of your forearm instead of your elbow. And if they want deeper pressure, you can bend your elbow like you see me doing here and get deeper and use a little bit more body weight. Either way, it's going to feel fantastic. You can go back in with your hands, do some more compressions, and just some gentle movements in the foot to really wake it up and get it fully relaxed before we move to our next area. I am going to do some gentle toe stretching here. It's going to feel really good. I feel like a lot of people don't get their feet stretched in this way. So just a couple rotations back and forth is fine. And then we're going to work our way back up the leg with some gentle compressions. Again, just gently working the knee, and then we're actually going to change positions again and have her leg bent and her foot actually on the bed. I'm actually stabilizing this with my knee, like I'm stabilizing her foot with my knee, and I'm pulling back on her knee so that her hip is going to open up. This is going to feel incredible, and you want to pull it in a way to where her whole body kind of moves with this. You don't want to yank it, but just gently pull. I'm going to work my way down the entire thigh here because this is giving compressions to her thigh muscles as well. And then I'm going to do gentle rocking motions with my palms on either side. So I'm keeping my fingers interlocked, but you really don't have to. Either way, whatever's comfortable for you, and it just depends on how big their leg is. And then I'm going to actually go in with the tips of my fingers and really pull into that thigh, pull against me. So I'm using my body weight to really kind of pull back on that. And then we'll move straight into working the knee a little bit with our thumbs here. And then I just like to work that down either side of that shin bone. So wherever the muscles are is where I kind of like to skate down with my thumbs. I'm going to do a couple of pulls to the calf here, just really gently pulling against the calf, doing some compressions there. And then we're actually going to move the knee up and do a little bit more movement and stretching techniques. So this one is just kind of a rocking motion. We're going to go in a circle with the hip, and it's really going to open it up and help with that low back pain, the leg. It's just going to erase all of that tension. And it's a good transition move for us to move to the next side. And we're going to repeat the same exact sequence on this side. So I'm going to let you relax. You guys can get into the flow of it. And then I will come back in when we go to finish this out. Since we already have that knee up, I'm going to bring up the other knee as well and put both feet against my stomach so I can lean in for this very deep stretch we're going to do here. I'm going to first have the knees fully together when I lean into this, and then I'm going to pull the knees out on either side of her so that it stretches her just in a different way. This is very soothing. You can hold it for as long as you'd like. For video purposes, I'm going to move on, but I do like to hold that for a good 30 seconds to a minute at least. And then I'm actually going to do a gentle rocking motion where I'm holding her feet. I'm really just doing this happy baby pose, which I think it's called that in yoga, and we're going to be doing it passively. So she's not actively going to be moving her legs. I'm just kind of gently rocking them for her. And then I'm going to bring these all the way back down so that they're flat on the bed, and I'm going to gently rock her legs. So this is really going to open up those hips even more. It's going to help melt all of that tension. This is really what's going to help you just feel like you're floating when you get up from this, because that gentle jostling just feels really good. I'm going to move all the way down towards the end of the bed and do a crossover technique. It's like a stretch where we're moving her ankle on top of the other one, and the one that's on bottom we're going to stretch to that side, if that makes sense. So you can see here that her right leg is underneath, and we're stretching to that left side so we can feel the stretch on the right side of her lower back. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Her left leg is underneath, and we are stretching to the right so that her left lower back can feel that stretch. I always grab the ankle that's underneath, and I just kind of let the ankle on top just kind of rest there. But when I'm stretching, I really hold on to that bottom ankle, and they feel the stretch from that. If you followed along with this, tell me how it felt for your partner, and subscribe for more tutorials like this. I will see you guys next week.